I get it, you scrolling through a sea of mattresses, and every ad promises the perfect night's sleep, but you can't shake the feeling that you might end up wasting a good chunk of cash on something that just won't work for you. You've probably read a handful of best of lists, maybe even watched a couple of unboxing videos, and still the question hangs there: will this actually solve my temperature swings, my back pain, or the endless tossing and turning? That hesitation is real, and it's why I'm taking a step back, looking at the actual day-to-day experience instead of just a spec sheet. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The PurpleFlex King mattress is pitched as an 8-inch platform with a 2-inch GelFlex grid that supposedly keeps you cool, offers firm support, and prevents you from sinking too deep. Those are the headline claims, but let's dig into what that means for a typical sleeper. First, who benefits most from a mattress that's firm yet still claims to be cooling? If you're a back or stomach sleeper, you'll appreciate a surface that keeps your spine in a neutral position without the bottomless pit feeling you get from a plush pillow top. The GelFlex grid is designed to disperse pressure points, which can be a real game changer if you wake up with a sore shoulder or hip. I've seen a lot of back pain complaints on forums where people describe a mattress that's too soft and lets the hips drop, causing the lower back to arch. The firmness of this PurpleFlex model keeps that from happening, so for anyone whose doctor has suggested a firmer sleeping surface, this could be a solid match. Now, the cooling claim. The GelFlex layer incorporates a gel-infused polymer that supposedly draws heat away from the body. In practice, that translates to a night where you don't feel like you're sleeping on a hot brick, especially if you tend to get sweaty or live in a warmer climate. I've spoken with a few users who say they notice a subtle difference, no more waking up with clammy skin, but it's not a dramatic ice cube sensation. If you're a hot sleeper who already uses breathable sheets and a fan, the added cooling might be a nice bonus rather than a lifesaver. Let's talk about the doesn't sink promise. Because the mattress is only 8 inches thick, you might wonder if it feels like a futon. The GelFlex grid is dense enough that you don't collapse into the box springs underneath, yet it still gives a slight give when you shift. This is especially useful for couples who share a bed. You won't feel the dreaded wave when the other person rolls over. I've heard from a couple who bought a similar PurpleFlex model that the partner, who likes to sprawl out, felt supported, while the other, who's a bit lighter, didn't feel like they were being pulled down. That balance is a real plus if you're looking for a mattress that accommodates different body types without a noticeable dip in the middle. On the flip side, there are practical downsides you need to weigh. The 8-inch profile is relatively thin compared to the 12-inch or 14-inch options you see in many retail stores. If you have a very heavy frame, you might feel the edges give a bit more than you'd like, especially if you tend to sit on the edge while getting dressed. Some buyers have reported that the mattress feels a tad hard at first, and while that's great for spinal alignment, it can be an adjustment period for side sleepers who rely on more contouring to cushion the hips. If you're used to a plush memory foam or a pillow top hybrid, the transition could feel like swapping a cloud for a firm mattress board. Another consideration is the base you pair it with. Because the mattress is relatively low profile, it works best on a sturdy, supportive foundation, ideally a solid platform, or a box spring with good spring count. If you place it on a slatted bed with widely spaced slats, you might notice a bit of sagging over time, which defeats the doesn't sink promise. So, before you click buy, double-check that your bed frame can provide the needed support. Otherwise, you might need to invest in a new foundation, which adds to the total cost. Speaking of cost, the value proposition hinges on the balance between price and longevity. The GelFlex grid is a patented technology, and while you're not paying for a lot of layers of foam, the durability is tied to that single, engineered surface. In the long run, if you're looking for a mattress that can hold up for 8 to 10 years without significant body imprint, the PurpleFlex's material composition suggests it could meet that timeline, but it's not a guarantee. If you're a budget-conscious shopper, you'll want to compare the price per inch with other firm, cooling options. Sometimes a slightly thicker hybrid can cost about the same and give you a bit more cushion. So, Who should definitely consider this mattress?